So 5 seconds and counting. My name's Antoine Nouvet, and I've come here from Canada, from Ottawa. I'm with the SecDev Foundation, which is a think tank based in Canada and doing work across the region, across the Americas, but also in the Middle East and in the CIS. So the theme today is revolutions, which are hard to predict, but painfully obvious in hindsight. Open empowerment is the revolution myself, along with the SecDev Foundation and the Grappe Institute, study and engage. Taking our cues from the Arab Spring, we began the Open Empowerment Initiative in 2012 with the aims of looking for similar seismic changes across Latin America. Open empowerment is a framework to describe how cyberspace is changing, often radically, how individuals and groups empower themselves for social, economic, and political gains, and is rewiring the state-society relation. It's part of a convergence of new technology, changing demographics, and a protest meme that's sweeping the world. Importantly, it can be used for positive, but also for negative empowerment. To study and engage it, we use advanced methodologies developed at SecDev and Grappe. For example, we track big data and social media and across Latin America, especially in Brazil and Mexico. In Brazil, we collected hundreds of thousands of Facebook feeds to test the relationship between police violence and violent protests. Meanwhile, in Mexico, we're scanning and scraping Twitter feeds to better apprehend the ways in which people enhance their safety in a world where confidence in the press is at an all-time low. Importantly, all of this is paired with on-the-ground insights through our partnerships that stretch from Argentina to Brazil to Mexico, El Salvador, across the region and beyond. Latin America, open empowerment there is complex and dual-edged, and we believe has implications for peace building across the world. On the whole, connectivity in the region has soared tenfold in the last decade. It's grown at the fastest rate anywhere, and with that has come positive examples of open empowerment. Student protests picketing for lower tuition rates, indigenous groups and environmental movements connecting from the most remote regions. But alongside with this, Latin America is also one of the most violent regions in the world. Homicide rates there are at levels that are epidemic, and in some situations are higher than out-and-out wars. This has been accompanied, this means that these conditions of chronic violence mean that open empowerment that's positive is often accompanied by negative forms of open empowerment. There is evidence that organized crime is also online. Some researchers here in Boston have been tracking so-called narco tweets to understand the ways in which criminal violence migrates. We have also been using new technologies to look at how cyberspace is being colonized by organized crime, with some using social media to post images, intimidate competitors, recruit members, sell their wares, and also learn more about their enemies. Moreover, the dual-edged nature of Latin America's digital revolution means that the line between positive and negative empowerment is often blurred. For example, in Mexico, narco cartels use cyberspace to communicate directly with the Mexican public in a fight for hearts and minds, not in a very different way than elected officials might do. A fan base of narco culture has emerged around this content, often glamorizing the narco cartels and the voices, and also people are tuning in the hundreds of thousands. And in this digital town square, authorities' tweets and videos trumpeting the latest capture of a narco capo are often rejected by citizen skepticism. Moreover, citizens have been rising up not only against the cartels, but also against the state, fed up with insecurity. And they've brought this battle not only on the ground through the barrel of a gun, but through public relations that they're waging through social media. The problem with this is it can lead to a dangerous pendulum effect, as states who are behind in the game resort to regressive methods of control and surveillance of cyberspace, which can not only snuff out negative empowerment, but also positive empowerment along with it. Fortunately, civil society is engaging and fighting back. Along with our partners, we're seeing a veritable explosion in the use of technologies that visualize the hidden world of crime and violence on the one hand, but also harness the potential to promote awareness and positivity. For example, the Grappe Institute and the SecDev are at the leading edge of developing new technologies as a public good. For example, we've been visualizing the arms trade, and we've been sharing our findings with the highest levels of government, as I did in Mexico last month. So ultimately, what we're seeing in Latin America, trends of high urbanization, of high connectivity, high violence, may be a canary in the mine, foreshadowing what we might see elsewhere in the world. And that's where our mission lies with the Open Empowerment Revolution. It's to harness the positive elements of this open empowerment surge that we're seeing across the world. Thank you.